Subriel Matias versus, and I'm gonna try to get this right, Batyr Jukembayev. Now, this fight took place a few years ago, and about a month ago, Sports Illustrated wrote a story, and he was quoted in it saying he wants his rematch. And we're gonna take a look at his fight between Subriel Matias. We're gonna break it down and see if he deserves a rematch. So we're gonna take a look at that video in this, in this video. We're gonna break it down picture in picture. So, but first, if you're new here, thank you for picking this video, and thank you for letting me come into your home. Please consider liking and subscribing and sharing this video. And if you're already subscribed, thank you for the continued support. Again, please consider liking and subscribing. And comment down below what any questions you have. I like to engage everyone that I can in these videos and in the comment section. I love either arguing with you guys or agreeing with you guys or seeing your point of view. Some of you guys have been putting some great comments as of late, like in-depth reviews and in-depth analysis. I really like that. So please keep it coming. I really appreciate that. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at this video right now. So here is Batyr. Now I want to say something real quick about Batyr. I'm not Batyr. Batyr Jukembayev. Since his loss to Matias, and I'm looking down. Sorry, you guys, but so he lost to Matias, right? But here's the thing. Since then, like his next opponent was a soft touch 28 and 10, Juan Jose Martinez at 28 and 10. After that, he got a little better with Mukazeli. We only had 7 losses in 19. After that, his opponents have been 22 and 1, 23 and 5, 24 and 6, and 17 and 4. So, and with 2 KOs since then, 3 KOs since then. So, the guy, he's 34 years old, so right up, same as Mr. Matias pretty much. And this fight was, people in ringside thought that it could have been, it could have gone on, but the corner elected to stop the fight. And people were like, well, was it the right choice? And some people are saying it was the right choice given what we know now about, damage to fighters, right? It's better to just, hey, he could have finished, but why when he wasn't going to win, right? And at the first sign of real damage, kind of saved him because he hasn't been beaten after that. And he's been, at least in the numbers games and in the resume game with numbers, not necessarily names you understand or know, he has been doing great after that. So he's hoping that after Puello, if Matias gets past Puello, he wants to make this rematch happen because he's been on a roll. So let's take a quick look. Now, even though it's sped up, you can see that he was first a lot with Matias, right? You see on these highlights, he's first a lot. So Matias has a tendency to stalk you and to make you, he waits a lot. And that's when pure boxers get off on Matias and makes the fight close because Matias will use his face as defense, basically. And he wants to get close enough to once he starts putting power on you, that power becomes his defense because it starts to make you retreat and not want to engage, but also it hurts you enough that slows you down. The thing is, if you're a really solid boxer, know what you're doing, you can probably, lump him up enough and move enough and do the things you got to do to win a decision on Matias. That's what I think Puello's going to do or going to intend to do. You see what I'm saying? Look. But a Zion is in there quick. But there goes Matias. You see how Matias just sneaks in there? Those hooks, and then he comes down. Hooks and it comes down. That's classic Matias by now. You should, if you're watching his videos, because you know Matias, right? And that's how he starts breaking you down. He hits his shoulders, he hits his neck, and he hits your rib areas, and he digs to the body. That's Matias 101. He tries to bring the guard down, and then he comes up, if you notice, with the uppercuts a lot. And that's, I think, that does the damage a lot that these guys are suffering. That's a sharp uppercut there by Batyr. Another sharp uppercut by Batyr. See, Barty's always there first. Boom, boom. But he's heavy-handed Matias. You see what I'm saying? Those punches that Matias is throwing right there are heavy. Let's just fast forward a little here. It's a good little ahead of the fight. Those punches right there that Matias is throwing. And see what he's doing? Bap, bap, down, top. Matias doesn't get enough credit too for when he's close, the kind of creative combos he puts on you, right? So he doesn't get enough credit for those downstairs and up top. He's really disciplined with the downstairs and up top. A lot of YouTubers like to say he's one-dimensional, and he's just that run-of-the-mill guy. You know, they say he's okay, but he's not the best. I'm not saying he's I still think there's a lot of questions about Matias we gotta answer. You know, I still gotta see him in there with the Hitchens. Unfortunately, that stain with Pato is there, and so we gotta get past that. And this is the road back. Puello is a big deal, believe it or not. I would like. You see how Matias, when he punches, his hooks up top are like kind of like this, and then he hooks them in. That's where he gets that devastating thud. Watch him. That he do. Boom, boom, that uppercut. And Barty's in there with him. But see, you can't stand in there with him. See, his face is all lumped up already. Those. But look, he's in there with Matias. But man, he's taking a beating right now. And I say he's taking a beating in the sense that his face is starting to get lumped up. But he's not out of the fight. You can see he's in the fight. And he's in shape. You can see this man is not a slouch. At this point, Matias was 16-1. Oh Lord. Oh, there he goes down. Oh. You call Matias. But look, right back. It's a tough little guy, man. Bam, bam, bam. Wow. Oh! These guys from Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan and your Uncle Stan, like, they're built different, bro. Like, they're no slouches. And just because we haven't heard about them here, if we were televised all of his fights and televised a lot of the fights of the opponents that Matias have faced in his resume, we would probably be saying that Matias is better than what a lot of people are saying he isn't. You understand what I'm saying? Because as you can see, this guy got knocked down, he's lumped up, and his Uncle Stan still sent him out there, and he's fighting like he's in the first round. And he's catching Matias. Matias got that chin. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. He's catching this poor boy. See where we at. Boom. Matias is pretty accurate, too. So is Barty. Barty's very accurate. There's that little uppercut that I was telling you about, that sneaky uppercut. Oh. And Barty's trying to fight. Look, he's still sharp. He's still very sharp, but once you start getting lumped up like that, your vision becomes blurred. And sometimes, I don't know if you guys ever sparred or fought, but your adrenaline in the beginning of the fight is very high. As the fight gets on, it gets lower. And that eye and the jaw and all that's been hit over and over, it starts to hurt and you feel it. And you kind of don't want to get hit there anymore. And that's when you see guys start backing up. Hands right there. See him back up? Look at him back up. That adrenaline is showing up. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Matias is just teeing off now. But that boy's still there. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. You're throwing a towel. When are they throwing the towel? Look at this. Oh. Oh. Those are ripping shots, guys. Those aren't like pity packs. Those are ripping shots. I'm trying to get to like the end of the fight here. Oh man, he's just getting. You know what? I wouldn't mind seeing this rematch because I see that Barty was a real fight for Matias. Look, corner was like, nah, man. I mean, he just broke him up. So I just found it interesting that, this guy came up on my feed and that story came up. And I said, let me revisit this fight because I remember the fight. I just don't remember the name, and his name is not in my consciousness. And I don't think any of those fights, if they were, I didn't catch them on TV. Um, so it probably was like on the undercards, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't catch him. But he seems like a solid fighter, and it's a shame that a major promoter didn't pick him up after that. We're so in the culture of you lose once, you're done, you're out of here. Like, that guy's marketable. Barty's marketable. He has a fighting style that people want to watch. You can make something out of that kid. Well, now he's 34. He's long in the tooth a little bit, but his spot is still very good. I mean, he's not been beaten since, and hasn't had a guy since Matias that's been upside down in the record. So, should he get a rematch? Sure, he should. If Matias can get past Puello, which I'm hoping he does, then yeah, I would love to see that rematch. I think he's earned it, that kid, in that fight and outside after the fight. Your wins are as good as what your opponent does after, and I think that win for Matias now is really good because he's on a winning streak of like 5-6 fights. So, hey. But anyway, what do you think? Does Batyr deserve a rematch? Would you like to see it after Puello if he beats Puello? Matias does? Do you think Matias gets past Puello to begin with? Let me know down below and I'll see you in the next video. And remember to like, share, and subscribe, guys. Please do that for me. And see you in the next video. And I'm out. Peace.